Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. Now we continue with our next topic in memory management, which is virtual memory. So do you realize that your computer have virtual memory? So what is virtual memory? Okay, so if you search from your computer, okay, let's say you type virtual memory here. Virtual memory, you can find this information: how to change the size of virtual memory. Okay, let's us read some of the information here. Change the size of virtual memory. If you receive warnings that your virtual memory is low, you need to increase the minimum size of your paging file. Okay, what is this? What is paging file? Paging file is a hidden file or files on the hard disk that Windows uses to hold parts of programs and data files that do not fit in memory. Okay, the paging file and the physical memory or random access memory comprise virtual memory. So virtual memory have two: paging file and also the which is the physical memory, and also the RAM, are random access memory. Okay, Windows moves data from the paging file to memory as needed, and moves data from memory to the paging file to make room for new data, also known as swap file. So you have few concepts here. We have paging, we have swapping, and also we have virtual memory. So now we look in more details about virtual memory after this. But if you look again into your computer, you click to open the system. Okay, you can see here, this is my computer, Lenovo, and install RAM is 8 GB. Okay, so I would like to know what is the virtual memory for my computer. So you click advanced setting, and then you look at tab performance, you look at setting, and you go to advanced, and you can see here virtual memory. Okay, a paging file is an area on the hard disk that Windows uses if it were RAM. Okay, total file size for all drives is 0. So in my computer, I have not allocated any paging file. Okay, but if you look into your computer, I think you have some education for your virtual memory. Okay. Okay. So I now I move on to explain more about virtual memory. Okay, we want to look more about virtual memory. What is actually virtual memory? Okay, what is virtual memory? Okay, we have looked into this information before. A paging file is an area on the hard disk, so it involves hard disk. So the main concept here is that the virtual memory must involve hard disk. Okay, so virtual memory is demand paging. It means that it do not require all pages of a process in a memory, so you only bring the pages as required. So the virtual memory is the combination of main memory and part of the hard disk. We do not need all the processes in memory for it to run. We can swap in the pages as required. So now we can run processes that are bigger than total memory available. So let's say you have a memory here. Okay, so you have a memory, right? This is your memory. Okay, you have a memory and you have a program. Okay, so let's say that the program is too big. Okay, it's too big, it's not but your memory is quite small, it's not enough space for your program. So all of you can do is that you use virtual memory. It means that part of this program, okay, some of this program, let's say I put half of here, half of this program will be allocated in your hard disk as pages. So some of the pages will be in the hard disk, and then some of the pages will be in the RAM. Okay, so you only bring it pages as required. So let's say your CPU need page number 4. Okay, page number 4, and that page is in the hard disk. Let's say that the page number 4 is in the hard disk, so you just bring that page from the hard disk into your main memory. Okay, so in your main memory you have page 0 until 3 now, and now your CPU want page 4, so you just bring page 4 from the hard disk, you swap into the main memory. Okay, so now you can run a program bigger than the size of memory, because part of the program of the process you can put in the memory, and part of them you can put in the hard disk. So the virtual memory is a combination of part of your hard disk and also your main memory. Okay, so that is the concept of virtual memory. So you can now run processes that are bigger than total available memory that you have. So you don't have to buy to add more RAM into your memory. Okay, you just have to increase the size of your virtual memory based on the size of your hard disk. Okay, these are the few concepts related to virtual memory. The first concept is page fault. What is page fault? Required page is not in memory. So when you say there is a page fault, it means that the page is not in memory. So operating system must swap in the required page. So the page is in the hard disk, so you need to swap up some pages from the main memory and put the required pages from the hard disk into the main memory. Select page to throw out based on recent history. So this is how OS decides to throw out the pages in main memory. How about thrashing? The next concept related to virtual memory is thrashing. Too many processes in too little memory. So there are so many processes, you run so many processes, but you have very small memory. Okay, so operating system spends all the time swapping. So let's say your program A, you need that page, program B need that page, program C need that page. You have a lot of swapping done that. So in order to solve that problem, your OS must have good page replacement algorithms. So we not cover this, it's just for your information. Or reduce number of processes running. What you can do is to close some of the processes, or you just add more memory in your computer. Okay, so that is the end of this topic, which is visual memory. We have covered what is swapping, swap in, swap out, swap the process from the disk storage, and then we swap out the process from the memory to the disk storage. Paging, we split the process, we split the memory. Virtual memory, it apply demand paging. We only require the page based on we only swap in the page if it's demand by the memory or the CPU to execute the page. Okay, I think that's all about this topic, memory management. I hope you can understand the main concept in this topic, and after this there will be a quiz. Please answer all these quiz after you listen all the videos provided for this topic. Thank you.